Hello everyone, I'm Jean and welcome back to Project Nerd, the channel where nearly everything is reviewed and discussed. Today we are continuing our series Witchtober with a special video that I put a lot of time and effort into. I really hope you enjoy. Today's video is a Potions 101 class where I'll be teaching you how to make one of my personal favorite potions. Before we begin, please follow us on social media, here on YouTube and on Instagram, at Creator Source Studios and at projectnerdcss. There you'll be the first to see our upcoming content. You'll get brief sneak peeks of things, be able to interact with all our members, and you'll be able to see some new and exciting posts. Welcome to Potions 101. I'm Professor Jean, and I'm so excited to teach you how to make a gentle rest potion. If you're anything like me, you know it can be so hard to get a good night's rest. Now, as you know, potions and tinctures and everything like that can be very helpful for helping you in a variety of your needs and wants. For this, we need sleep, so let's get brewing a nice sleepy potion. This particular recipe is a sort of tea potion. So it's going to really be something that you can just sit back and sip like a cup of tea. If you want to add some honey to it or some agave, you can feel free to do that. And I found this particular one in this lovely book right here, Wellness Witch by Nikki Van de Kar. And the art in this book is by Anissa Makhal, and it's just so stunningly beautiful. I took some, we take some liberties with the things we make, but this particular potion is just one that I've tried before. I really enjoy. It's so good. So let's get into the ingredients, but I'm going to start by boiling 2 cups of water. So we're gonna put this on the stove because we're gonna, get all our ingredients in here, make it nice and relaxing. When you're brewing this, you should really just try and envision, some very sleepy thoughts. Things that are gonna help you relax. You're brewing it to help you sleep. And you can't sleep if your brain is going 100 miles per hour, constantly spinning and turning. So once we get this on, I will start to take you through the ingredients. We're going to need a few different things for this potion, and there are simpler potions out there. There are some tinctures as well if you want to get into that. Tinctures usually take a couple weeks though. If you're trying to brew one of those, they usually involve alcohol and they can take up to 2 weeks to a month to actually brew and have. Which is why I wanted to do sort of a more tea-oriented potion. They are much quicker to make and they're equally as effective. So for today's potion, we're gonna need catnip. I usually have them in glass jars, but I've been in the process of moving, so everything's in bags currently. So catnip, lemon balm. This is a personal favorite of mine. Lemon balm is delicious. It just tastes so good. Valerian root. Get it dried, get it cut, and it's perfect. We'll also need yarrow and vervain. Now, if you've ever seen these flowers before, they're stunning purple, just an absolute gorgeous color. And the leaves themselves are also quite nice. And if you want, again, add honey or agave for flavor or taste, because everybody prefers different things. The amount of ingredients that you'll need for this particular potion will vary based on how much you make. Now, I'm going to be making 2 cups worth of it for my partner and I to enjoy, so we can both get a great night's sleep tonight. And if you're going to make 1 cup, you'll need about a teaspoon of ingredients. So I have my measuring things here. I'm going to make a little bit more than that. I like my tea to be quite strong, so I'm going to do a quarter of each. and maybe add a little bit more depending on, you know, how I want to particularly center this potion. So again, each ingredient is related and associated with peace, but valerian specifically is used for inducing sleep. And now if you've ever heard, or you've probably seen in the store, valerian pills or supplements, people use this if they're having issues with their, you know, sleep, and they really need some something to get them going at night. Of course, there are many other fantastic herbs for sleep. We have passion flower, peppermint, chamomile, and lavender are some of the most popular. And I use lavender and peppermint a lot. My partner loves chamomile. So really just any combination that you want to use, you can really end up working and coming up with your own recipes as well to get yourself a nice good brew that will help relax you. So make sure before you're brewing, again, a huge part of witchcraft a lot of people forget is visualization. You have to set your intentions for what you're doing. So really make sure that you're envisioning sort of a dark, peaceful space, somewhere where you feel comfortable, something that makes you feel cozy and happy and safe and healthy. For me, I'm just imagining like sitting in bed with like the nice tea lights on, just sort of relaxing, and having my cat curled up against me, and it just sets me in the mood for a good night of rest. And through your calming thoughts, that will set the intention into the tea and really make it into the magical potion that it is. I'm getting a nice cloth because it looks like this is ready for us to add our herbs. So I'm going to put that on a lower boil here so that it you know, gives us some time to really go over what each herb is and why they're significant and important. So we'll start with catnip. Catnip itself, as you know, is very popular among our little furry cat friends. And the herb itself contains nepentolactone. And what this is it's a natural herbal sediment. And it will really help you, it's like a sedative, it'll really help you relax, calm down. Catnip is known for giving this deep calmness that can assist in boosting your mood and reducing anxiety. And that's the goal for a good night of sleep. For me, my sort of insomnia isn't heavily anxiety based. I start thinking about work, I start thinking about everything I have to do the next day, and it just really gets to me. So catnip is a fantastic herb to help you settle that. So again, I'm going to get a good like 1/4 teaspoon, and I'm just going to add it to our hot water. And we might add a little bit more of that, but again, you want to make sure that you're able to strain the water if you're adding the herbs directly, because you don't want to just be, you know, chomping down the dried herbs. That'll get caught in your throat, it'll make you choke. You don't want that. Our next ingredient is lemon balm. Now this smells so good. I just like a lemon balm candle. It's an amazing herb that has so many benefits. Like, it's so good for you. You should really be having lemon balm either in your tea or just like in your diet somewhere, because it is so healthy for you. And what this herb does for the sake of this potion, it's very good for quelling anxiety. If like I have this lemon balm oil that I would rub on my wrist and just like breathe in for when I was feeling really anxious. On top of that, this herb is also a natural sedative, just like the catnip, so it really combined will help you get a nice deep restful sleep. And it's also just improves your mental focus and clarity. So if you're ever having like a cloudy head and you just feel like you can't focus, lemon balm's gonna be where it's at. Okay, we're next going to get into the largest portion of this potion, valerian. Now, this herb is kind of controversial. It's incredibly powerful. It's actually going to be the most powerful herb we use in today's recipe. For this purpose, I recommend that you use slightly less of this in your potion, because it is very strong. I'm going to also recommend that when you use this, please make sure you have not had like any other depressives, because it will kick up the effect and it can make you dizzy, it can make you feel a little nauseous if you're mixing it with other things, so you know, be careful. It's greatly known to decrease the time it takes you to fall asleep, and it takes you to get into a deep sleep, and it's also, you know, one of those herbs that's very sensitive, so you want to make sure you're not overheating it, which is why I turned down the water primarily, because this will burn and it will taste nasty. Also note, it doesn't really have a great smell. It kind of smells gross. So when you're using it, the other herbs should help you. So I'm just going to use a little bit of this. I'm going to do half of a quarter teaspoon, so like really just not a lot of that. So just make sure, like, if the other herbs don't help you enough with this, add some honey and agave, because I know it's a little stinky. It doesn't taste that great, but it's very effective. Yeah, so it will, you know, help you out a lot. Just make sure you're not taking other depressives with it, because it can make you kind of feel like a little dizzy, a little exhausted. And we want you to get a good night's sleep. We don't want you to, like, pass out. So be careful when using it. Disclaimer. All right, yarrow. Yarrow historically has been used for many medical things, including stopping bleeding and enhancing wound healing. So people would take yarrow root and press it against wounds and help you, like you would drink it and everything, and it was believed to help heal you. It's also known to reduce anxiety and depression, and to alleviate menstrual pain, fevers, nausea. It can do everything like that. So, you know, I also help to kind of take some yarrow because I get really nauseous sometimes in the mornings especially. So yarrow, when working with the other herbs in this potion, can really give you that just perfect night of rest, because it does help reduce the anxiety and depression. I'm gonna get that in there. All right, and our final ingredient, vervain. It's amazing. It is another exceptional herb. It reduces and relieves pain, as well as calms anxiety and helps promote sleep. Historically, vervain has been used to end insomnia and to treat infections. It has a lot of other uses. If you're interested, I highly recommend looking it up. We'll be using it particularly today for its sleep-inducing properties. Just add that in there. Now, we want to get this going for like a good 10 minutes. Just like increase the heat just slightly. I need a little something to mix it. I'm going to use this whisk to mix it. So we really just want to get it a nice stir, because we really want to get all the ingredients thoroughly mixed throughout. It actually smells like such a great herbal tea, kind of like sleepy time tea. Just very relaxing. So what you're going to do is you're going to let this steep for about 10 minutes, and then you're going to strain it into your cup. You want to like strain your tea, pour it into your favorite like mug or cup. I'm going to be using these mugs for my partner and me, little cat mugs. And what you're going to do is you're going to sit in a nice, dark, relaxing space, the space you usually go to bed in. You're going to sip your tea with your cat, and you're going to relax. Let the calmness of the tea wash over you. Take your time drinking it. Don't rush. You know, your purpose of doing this is to help relax you and help sort of ease your stress, anxiety, really calm you down and help you get a good night of rest. Hoping that through this tea, you'll actually have the best night of rest that you could. All right, so to strain my tea today, as it's been sitting for a while, we're gonna be using, for me, the easiest thing for me to use is a French press. So I'm going to be just pouring it over the French press and into here. Just take it off the flame. It smells so good. me remove this. Be careful when doing this, you don't want to get burnt. Ooh, that tea has a nice green color. And what that will allow you to do is just really get it nice and strained so you're not like choking on some herbs. Okay. Ooh, it's a really nice color. Sort of like a nice greenish yellow tea. Just a perfect herbal blend. And as you can see here, you have your wonderful nightly cup of tea. I'm gonna go sit and drink mine. Have a good night, everyone. I hope this tea blend works for you. And if it does, hit the like button, comment below your results or your favorite tea recipes, and have a fantastic night of sleep. If you enjoyed, please subscribe, hit that bell button to see more videos like this and like our other nerdy content. We really do put out a lot of stuff and we really hope you guys enjoy them. So feel free to like interact with us here on YouTube or on our Instagram at Creators Studios or at projectnerdcss. So our question of the day today is going to be, if you could brew any sort of potion for whatever means necessary, what would you do? I think I would brew like a teleportation potion.